Imagine this. It's late at night, you're alone at home, and there's a soft knock on your door. When you open it, two children stand there, pale and dressed in dark clothing. They speak in quiet, almost robotic tones, asking to come inside. But then, your eyes meet theirs and you're frozen in fear. Their eyes are pure black, empty, with no whites, no irises, just an inky darkness that seems to pull you in. This is the chilling phenomenon of the black-eyed children. Welcome to Echoes in the Dark. It was a chilly autumn night in Abilene, Texas, when Brian Bethel had a strange encounter that would leave him shaken for years. He was sitting in his car, writing a check, when two young boys appeared beside his driver's side window. They were between the ages of 9 and 12, dressed in strange, outdated clothing. Brian felt an overwhelming sense of dread as soon as he looked at them. The boys insisted they needed a ride, saying they wanted to see a movie. But something in their voices was unsettling, calculated, emotionless. He couldn't put his finger on why, but he knew he had to get away. When he looked into their eyes, a chill ran down his spine. They were completely black. As if sensing his hesitation, the boys began to speak more urgently, demanding to be let in. Suddenly, he found himself reaching for the door handle, almost against his will, as if he were under some strange spell. But just in time, he broke free from whatever was compelling him, started his car, and drove away, leaving the boys standing under the streetlight, staring after him with those cold, black eyes. Brian's story isn't unique. Hundreds of people have reported similar encounters with black-eyed children across the world. In rural America, urban neighborhoods, and even busy city streets, these children seem to appear out of nowhere, often at night or in isolated places. Many of them ask for help, a ride home, permission to use a phone, or even a place to stay. But witnesses always describe the same unsettling detail, their pitch-black eyes that seem void of any humanity. One woman in Vermont who chose to remain anonymous recounted her experience from a snowy winter night. She was alone in her remote cabin when she heard soft, persistent knocking at her door. Looking outside, she saw two children, a boy and a girl, huddled in the snow. But when she looked closer, she noticed their eyes, two black, empty pools devoid of any light. She slammed the door shut, heart pounding. The knocking continued for what felt like hours before stopping abruptly. When she finally dared to look outside, they were gone, leaving no footprints in the fresh snow. In yet another unsettling tale, a man named Jake was walking his dog late one night when he saw a small figure standing under a streetlight. It was a young girl, maybe 10 years old, with long, dark hair that partially obscured her face. Jake hesitated, sensing something was off, but his dog began barking furiously, as if trying to protect him. The girl raised her head, revealing two completely black eyes, and asked him in a soft voice, "Can you help me? I need to get home." He turned and ran, his dog pulling him away, feeling as if he was escaping some dark presence that lingered in the air. There are countless other stories, all echoing the same chilling details. The black-eyed children often appear in pairs and seemingly in distress, and their requests for help are hypnotic and almost impossible to refuse. Witnesses describe a strange compulsion to do as the children ask, a feeling that can only be broken by sheer force of will. And every time, as soon as they make eye contact with those inky black eyes, a sense of deep, primal fear takes hold. Some have theorized that these children might not be children at all, but something else, perhaps entities taking human form, or lost souls trapped between worlds. Others believe they are spirits with dark intentions, perhaps trying to siphon energy or create fear in those they encounter. Skeptics argue it's just an urban legend, a modern-day ghost story, fueled by forums and horror sites on the internet. But for those who have come face to face with the black-eyed children, it's all too real. What are these black-eyed children, really? Are they lost souls, beings from another realm, or simply the figments of an overactive imagination? Their existence remains a mystery, but the encounters feel eerily consistent. They appear unexpectedly, often at night, always with a quiet desperation, and leave witnesses filled with fear. Is it possible that something beyond our understanding takes this form to interact with us, to test us, or even to haunt us? Whether they are real or simply stories told to keep us wary of strangers, one thing is certain: the black-eyed children leave a lasting impression on those they encounter. Their dark eyes and unnatural requests remind us that not all that appears innocent is safe, and that sometimes the greatest danger is the one that asks politely to be let in. So the next time you hear a quiet knock in the night, ask yourself, do you really want to answer,